Hey everybody, what's going on? Good evening. Gonna make a little detour of sorts in this video, talk about something that I almost never talk about on this channel, because I think that it is now warranted that I spend at least one video talking about this. This is a pretty big deal, and while not everybody in my viewer base is going to care, there are definitely going to be people that care. And I know this is kind of late, but I'm a Seahawks channel anyway. I don't necessarily need to jump on breaking news about this stuff, and I just didn't get a chance to make a video about this until now. But I do want to discuss in brief. I'm not going to act like I have any shocking inside information here. I'm not going to act like I even know everything that's going on because I'm not following it as closely as I follow other things. But it looks like the Seattle Sonics are coming back. It looks like the Seattle Supersonics are going to be returning in the next few seasons. I would say sometime before the end of the decade, we are going to get the Seattle Supersonics back. A couple days ago, the NBA's Board of Governors approved a vote for the league to explore bids and applicants for expansion teams in Vegas and Seattle. And it's known that those are the two cities that the NBA wants to expand into. So as long as a an owner, a prospective owner emerges willing to spend the money required, and it is a lot of money, $7 to $10 billion, it looks like this is going to happen. So this is for the first time in quite some time where I think we can safely conclude that the Seattle Sonics are going to come back. There have been some close calls over the last 20 years, but this is the first time where it actually feels like it's going to happen. So this is something that this city's been waiting for a long time. This is something that Seattle sports fans have been hoping would eventually go down because it just didn't feel right. And I think we're good. I think we are good. So at this point, I am expecting the Seattle Sonics to come back. And just for context here, one thing I want to say, when I was younger, this isn't even that long ago. This is like 15 years ago. Like, after I started doing videos on my other channel back when YouTube was new and I actually had a totally different channel that I was doing very, very rudimentary videos on, basketball was actually kind of my favorite sport. And it wasn't until, I'd say, the Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll era when football started to overtake it. And even through part of that, even when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, I still kind of liked basketball more than football because I really for one, it was a game that I actually played a lot growing up, unlike football. But more than that, I really liked the rhythm and the strategy and the overall technique of the game. And even though I watched more football, and even though I talked about football more, I actually, for a while, did like basketball more. That's not the case anymore. It's not even close now. But I would say that during the existence of the Sonics, I liked basketball more. And the reasons why I expanded into football were, I don't want to say this is the only reason because it's obviously not, but the Seahawks became a very competitive team and the Sonics were less so. So yeah, it did change, I admit. But I like basketball a lot, or at least I did like basketball a lot. So I think this is cool. Don't get me wrong. And I'm really happy that it looks like we're going to get a team. That being said, there are a couple things that I want to point out here. For one, I don't think basketball's in a very good state right now. I said earlier in this video that until maybe the last 10 to 12 years, my favorite sport was basketball. It's definitely not now. I haven't watched any basketball this season. I watched very little last year, and I don't really miss it because the sport is so different now. And if you guys follow the NBA at all, you know what I'm talking about. Teams, I don't even want to make this some kind of boomer teams don't play defense thing. There's not much more to the game now than shooting a lot of threes. And look, I am all for teams trying to min-max. I am all for teams pursuing the best strategy possible to maximize their chances of winning. And shooting threes has emerged as the clear meta. So I'm not sitting here saying anything negative about teams that do that. They're just playing the game. But the game itself is not that fun to watch anymore because that's most of what it is. Just keep shooting threes. Eventually, they're going to go in, and the teams that shoot threes the best are going to win more often than they lose. And unless a team goes on a historic cold streak from three, eventually the better teams will find a way to the top and eventually win the championship. There are exceptions, of course, but that is a big part of where the NBA is right now. And there's also elements to it like it's more important that you're taking a lot of threes than it is that you're making them sometimes, because the purpose is to draw the defense away from the basket. And you have players that intentionally shoot long threes that have a low percentage of going in because the purpose is to stretch the defense. Like it's a very different game than it used to be, and it's just not that fun to watch. So there's that, and there's the fact that in part because of that, the NBA is not the sport that it was several years ago in terms of popularity or viewership. They are the one major sports league in America that is actually losing their audience right now over the last several years. I believe attendance is down. I think viewership is down. And as of right now, LeBron James and Curry are still in the league. So LeBron and Curry still being in the league, those are the two guys that are really the driving force of basketball fans right now. Like there are a lot of fans, people who still watch basketball who consider themselves to be fans of LeBron or Curry. And when those guys retire, those fans that don't really have a team, they just had a player they liked, I don't think they're going to keep watching. And LeBron and Curry are probably going to be out of here in the next couple of years. So I think that the popularity of the sport's going to go down more. I don't think that Wembayama is going to be able to drive interest in the sport the way that LeBron and Curry did. I don't think that somebody like, I don't even want to say Giannis because he's already pretty old, but I don't know who else could get involved here. Cooper Flagg, maybe, but I don't see Cooper Flagg becoming that kind of a generational superstar. So what I'm trying to say is this is not the best time to get into the NBA because the league is just not in a great state. There's a reason why they had to get Luka over to the Lakers, trying to kind of pump some fuel into the league's most prestigious franchise, or maybe the most prestigious franchise. I don't know. It depends on your perspective, but there's a reason why that happened, I think, and it's because the NBA needed it to happen. But even that isn't really working out that well. So there's an argument to be made that expanding and diluting the talent pool even more in this league is not good. So I don't know if this is going to work out great. I think that the city of Seattle is ready to do everything they can to make it great. You look at the Seahawks and Mariners, the city's willing to support. I will say, though, that the team needs to actually be good and the team needs to show they care, or else people won't be that interested. I remember 2021, the Seahawks, their one truly bad season in the last decade and a half, or maybe a little bit more actually now. And what did the fans do? They really tuned out. I remember making videos about this back then. People stopped caring very fast. So you're going to have to give them something to care about. So I do have reservations here, but we're getting the Sonics back. That's great. I'm excited. I don't know where this leaves me. I'm certainly not going to be making a lot of Sonics videos on this channel. There are too many games. I don't really want to do like an every 10 days thing, or every 10 games thing like I do with the Mariners. Maybe I make another channel. I don't know. I do think that there's an argument to be made there because there aren't going to be a lot of Sonics video makers out there because the Sonics haven't existed for 20 years. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm going to want to cover this somehow. Believe me, I'm going to want to talk about the Sonics in some capacity because this is a momentous occasion for this fan base that has been hoping this would happen at some point in the last 20 years, rather. All right, I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. Go Sonics. Go Mariners. Their game starts in a little bit here. Let me know what you guys think. And it's a good sign, man. That's really all I can say.